Right. In case you haven't already heard, Terrible Fest has now been cancelled. Not right happy about it. I'm not going to lie. It's caused me a lot of stress. I've been planning it for a year, so it's a year of work. I have personally invested a lot of money in it, and now it isn't going ahead. I've put out a statement already, giving some information on that, but I thought I'd make a video for anybody that did buy tickets that watches the channel but doesn't do other social media. So that's the thing. It's now cancelled. It was due to go ahead in a month's time, and the last thing I wanted to do was cancel. And now that's the position we're in. I could go on and on for a long time about it. I could point a lot of fingers and blame people and pass the buck and go into depth on certain situations and that, but I don't think any of it's going to help anything, and it's my name on it, so it's my responsibility and my fault that it's not going ahead. One thing I will say is that I am disappointed with some people, disappointed with the community for not getting on board to the extent that it needed to be. The only reason why I put this event on in the first place was to get us all together in a field and have a good time, and it's not ended up working out that way. Lots of events have been cancelled this year. I've seen not necessarily van life events, but although some have been, and some that have gone ahead haven't been successful and things like that. So it's a really hard thing to get into. One of the things that I will say is that moving forward, like, people need to support independent people that are trying to put on events, gigs, whatever it is, festivals and that, because the gap between the successful ones and people like myself that have tried is huge. The budgets and things like that is huge. I went into this without a huge amount of money, because despite the rumours, I'm not actually a millionaire. I read that online the other day, that I was a millionaire. Nowhere near. Can barely afford to pay anything. Anyway, so I've invested a lot of money into it personally, but it's a drop in the ocean in comparison to what other events are putting on and paying. And I never expected Terrible Fest to be one of those types of events either. It was meant to be something different, alternative, whatever you want to call it. And it was meant to be more about my subscribers and followers all getting together and having a good time. Just to fill you in on the some information that I've got about sort of how other events work in comparison to what I had. I was told by one of the bigger events organisers that their budget for advertising was £20,000 just for advertising. Now, that to me is scary, because you shouldn't need to, like, the van life community is a community. You shouldn't have to spend that much money to get the community interested in what it is you're putting on. It should just, in my opinion, should just be, oh, this event is on this day, we want to go to it, that's it. You shouldn't be paying 20 grand. This is going to sound worse than I'm meaning it to, but you shouldn't have to spend 20 grand to sell an event to people. Like, you shouldn't have to really you shouldn't have to spend that kind of money to prompt people to go to your event. Anyway, that's what it is. That's how it is with some events. The other events that I have been to, Van Life Festival and that kind of thing. By the way, I'll give them a shout out. Nev and Damo, in all fairness, have been a massive support and a big help in Terrible Fest. They've done lots of sharing about and all that kind of thing. But I think one of the big things, I could speculate all day about why I think it's not been the success I expect it to be. One of them is that we don't have a previous. What? Why is it shutting off, man? Should have been nomad. One of the big things for me is that we don't have a previous event to show you. We don't have anything to say, this is what last year was like, this year's going to be even bigger and better. We don't have anything. Don't have any photographs, any video, anything. So I've really struggled with that. For a year, I have struggled with that. And it's been, stressful. But just trying to sell a promise, really. And I understand why some of you might not want to part with 70 quid, like which is cheap for a van life festival, obviously. You wouldn't want to part with 70 quid on the back of me just telling you that this thing's a good idea. And that was my big problem from day one, really. Obviously, we did sell lots of tickets. We sold hundreds and hundreds of tickets, but we just didn't quite sell the number that we needed to make it. And there's two things as well. I could put the event on now. I could just let the event roll. Oh. This video was rudely interrupted by my Greg's delivery. My pizza just arrived. Anyway, Nev and Demo have been great help in sharing everything, but it just wasn't quite what didn't quite get to the numbers we needed to. If I put the event on today, it could go ahead. However, it wouldn't deliver on the promises that I've made. So I would rather not put on an event than put on a mediocre event. And that's where we're at, really. It's the first time I've ever tried it. It's the last time I'll ever try it. There will be never, ever, ever another terrible fest. I won't be putting it on next year. I won't be trying again. I won't be doing anything to do with it. And the reason being is that it's stressful. And also, I never expected, by the way, I didn't go into this naive. I never expected to make a profit. I expected to lose money on the first event. And I know I didn't go into it naive. I was prepared for this situation, basically. There has been things that I know could have been done differently. This event was never meant to be an event with, thousands of people or anything. It was always meant to be an intimate affair. However, the more time went on and the more people got involved, it got hyped up to be something way bigger. It got, I never expected to be paying for a stage and a lot of money that for a venue and all that kind of thing. That was never something that I was ever expected to do. It wasn't in my plan. It was just the original plan was just a field with some people and having a good time and that and that's it. But anyway, it ended up being something way bigger than I expected it to be, which then ramped up pressure and the money obviously as well. But that's where we're at, and it's now not going ahead anymore. Obviously, I'm really upset about it. Whilst at the same time having a huge weight lifted off my shoulder as well. The van life community, and I mean certain members of the van life community, not necessarily everybody, are now treating van life, let's say, as a bit of a corporation or something, like a cash cow. And I know that some people might think, well, I'm making money off the van life thing, but obviously I'm grafting, and I've built something up from nothing, which is different. Now, like, you want help from anybody for your festival, and everyone wants paying. And also, I get nobody should have to work for free and all that kind of thing. But if one of you asked me for help with something, sharing a post or getting in touch with this person or do anything to help, you would expect the community to help. And don't get me wrong, some people do help. However, now we want paying for that. No, it's not just that you get a discount code now if you're a YouTuber. Some of them expect paying to promote your event or sharing a flyer or doing this, that, and the other. And I think that's bollocks. In all fairness, like I think that we should be more community driven and trying to help where we can. It doesn't cost you any money to share or like and follow this, that, and the other. It's free. It's all free. But now it's everybody wants a piece of the van life pie now, and that winds me up. When anybody was interested, when I first started Coalition Vans, it was about helping the community. It was meant to be a one-stop shop for tradespeople that can be trusted, so that it stopped people in the community getting ripped off by rogue traders and that kind of thing. Never did I expect it to turn into a business on the scale it is now, but I'm happy that it did, and that's through hard work of the people that work here and the dedication and that. However, now everybody wants to profit off van life, and I think that's really shit. And I did say I wasn't going to point fingers or anything, and I ain't pointing fingers, but I just wanted you to understand that I've been up against it for a little while, and up against it from the trying to not necessarily battle, but trying to compete for a position rather than compete directly with anybody else. It's a bit of a competition to get your foot in the door of van life festivals, and there are many people out there that might watch this that do their own festivals, that know what I'm talking about. It's to become established. It's bloody hard. Same as in the camper van building world, actually. I still don't feel like I have a position. I don't have a seat at the table of good camper van builders. But I'm still trying to work toward that. And in the Van Life Festival thing, you've got it's make or break straight away. You've got to get in there, otherwise it's going to fail. And that's why I have failed. Let's say many reasons really. But I'm just trying to give you some indication into some insight into what has been going off. The website's changed now so that you can apply for a refund there. One thing I will tell you, and I'm always bloody transparent with you, is that a few weeks ago, bear in mind the website's been up for about a year. A few weeks ago, I only found out that there was a refund policy that stated no refunds, regardless of whether I cancelled the event or you backed out, and tickets are non-transferable and all that kind of thing. And I think that a lot of events are like that. However, before you jump on me, right, when I found out that, I was outraged by it. Seriously, I was pissed off. I said that there's absolutely no way I would do that to anybody. And also, I mean, mainly, apart from taking your money with nothing to show for it, like it would have a negative impact on the business that I am running here. So I've changed the website now. Well, I've not changed the website. Thomas has changed the website because he's good at that. We now have a refund application form, 'cause it's not as simple as just pressing a button and refunding everybody. We now have a refund application form, which is a bit long-winded, but it's there to try and help you, make it easier for you lot. When you go to that page, there is the option to not have a refund, or there's the option to have a 50% refund. Now, if you want a refund, get a refund. No drama. But I know that some people have said to me, even now, that we don't want a refund, and they've done that to sort of help me lose less money, etc. So I've put that on the website, or Thomas has put that on the website off my instruction, that we give you the option now. So I'm not asking you to not have a refund. I'm just letting you know that there's a reason why there's options to not have a refund or have a 50% refund, because that will help. It will cut the losses a little bit. And again, the reason why I'm telling you this now is because I'm trying to explain what you will see on the website and why you will see it that way, because it doesn't go into great detail on there. If you want a refund, get a refund. If you don't want a refund, let us know that you don't want a refund. There's a 30-day period to get refunds, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of people to get through, a lot of money to get through. And I think you allow 30 days for the refund to actually come through. My phone's ringing now. Oh, I'll call him back in a sec. Yeah, so that's why that's on the website. If you choose to not have a refund, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because again, I'm due to lose a lot of money. And this ain't a pity story either, by the way, before anybody says that. It's certainly not begging for anybody to not have a refund. I'm just letting you know, because I give you lots of information. I tell you everything. I'm transparent with everything. And sometimes people want transparency, but then when you're transparent with them, they kick off about it. So, here we are. That's it, top and bottom of it. Go on the website if you've bought tickets. Do what you've got to do, whatever you choose to do on there, and your refund will be processed as quick as possible. Just so you know that I am offering this refund thing because I feel that it's the fairest thing to do, and I wasn't happy about the refund policy when I found out about it. And Thomas will tell you the same thing, because we had a conversation about it. But anyway, that's me waffled for a long time. Big changes coming to this channel, by the way, so keep watching. Love you, bye.